أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما آمين يا رب العالمين. Welcome to lesson number 50 of our study of Al-Balagha. Today, inshallah, we are going to learn about the last topic under Ilmul Ma'ani, and that is Al-Itlaq wal Taqyeed. So, Alhamdulillah, let's continue. We have been learning about Ilmul Balagha. We started with Ilmul Ma'ani, and inshallah, we are going to continue with Ilmul Bayan and Ilmul Badi. Ilmul Ma'ani, we under this ilm, we covered eight main topics, and inshallah, today we are going to learn about this last topic. And just like a tarifa tankir, it will be a very brief one. So, the longest one was Al Khabar wa Insha. Alhamdulillah, we have covered all the topics, the main topics of Ilm al Maani, الخبر وإنشاء الذكر وحذف تقديم وتأخير الكسر الوصل وفصل الإيجاز وإطناب والمساوى التعريف وتنكير. And today inshallah we are going to learn about الإطلاق وتقييد, and that are the components of a sentence. And again, just like a tarif tankir, that were marifa and nakira nouns, uh, إطلاق وتقييد is also like these are the terms that are used in ilm al-balagha, but we have already learned about it in ilm al-nahwu, and in itself as well. So let's continue with uh, al-itlaq wa taqyid. In the last session, we have been learning about Tarif Tankir, and because it is also related with Al-Itlaq wa Taqeed. Like Al-Itlaq is, like you can say, it is a generality, and it is when the Jumla or sentence comprises of nothing more than the Musnad and Musnad Ilay. And that is why we have already learned about it in the very beginning of Al-Balagha. Then in the last session, we learned about Tarif wa Tankir. So Al-Itlaq, that is generality, and it is when a jumla or a sentence is comprises of nothing more than this musnad and musnad ilay. That means that we learn in Mumani, in Nahu, that is the Mubtada and the Khabar. Like in Ilm Nahu, we learn that the two main components are the Mubtada and the Khabar, and then we have other components. Just like that, in Ilm Balagha, we learn that the Musnad and the Musnad Ilay are the two main components of a sentence of a jumla ismiya and jumla khabariya. So, and also we learn, let me get to the slide first. This one. Also, we learn in Kalam Khabariya when we were doing Khabar wa Insha, we learn in Kalam Khabariya that there are Quyud. There are Quyud. Everything else besides the Musnad and the Musnad Ilay is known as Qaidun, or the plural form is the Quyud. We learn it in the very beginning of Al Ma'ani. So, Al Itlaq is when the Jumla comprises of just the Musnad and the Musnad Ilay, and this happens when there is no benefit in mentioning anything else. So it is a very precise sentence. And while the taqyid, that is the restriction, and that is why we like when we restrict someone, like when the Urdu speakers know that, like Qaid is when something you imprison someone, like someone is in the Qaid, like in a jail, like it is restricted, a person is restricted in the qaid. So this is, that word is also the same in Arabic, you can say. So it is like qaid, and the plural form is quyud, and qaid is normally the focal point of anything, we can say. Like it gives the extra meaning, but also it is a restriction. It is a restriction in balagha, that deal with whether a meaning is left broad or specified in the speech. So we have itlaq, that is when we have just the musnad and musnad delay, and we have then taqeed when we have quyud in the sentences. So this is quyud is when the jumla comprises of the musnad and musnad and something else that is related to both, like musnad or musnad delay or any one of them. And this we just had this in kalam khabariya, that there are other components other than musnad and musnad delay in the sentences, and they are they are adwat shar, they can be adwat nafi, they can be mafail, they can be hal, nawasikh, and more. So we also did some examples, like it can be maful bihi, like in the sentence other than the main components like fail, file, and then maful bihi, or mubtada khabar, and then we have the mutalik bil khabar and the zarf and like that. So al-itlaq, that is generality, and takeed, that is restriction in balagha, deal with whether meaning is left broad or specified in the speech. So al-itlaq is, as I mentioned, that there is only musnad and musnad delay in the sentence, and taqeed is when there are some other things as well. So itlaq is the meaning is open-ended. We can say without restrictions, without yud in the sentences, by any condition, by any description, or any kind of specifications. Like for example, Allah provides for whomever he wills. So here there is no restriction on the type of provision or the recipients, so the meaning remains broad. Here you can see Allah provides for whomever he wills. This is, uh, you can say, example of al-itlaq, when there is only musnad and musnad ilay and there is nothing extra. And then we have taqeed, when there is quyud in the sentence, means there are restrictions. That means the meaning is limited by a condition, by a description, or by a specification that narrows its scope. So here you can see the example. Allah provides for whomever he wills among his righteous servants. So here in this case, the provision is specifically for the righteous servants, making the meaning more restricted. Means there are quyud, there are conditions, there are descriptions in the sentence. So this contrast, you can say, is used in balagha to create, we can say, emphasis, precision, or a specific rhetorical fact, depending on the context. So these are the examples that we did. Like in the al-itlaq, there is only musnad and musnad delay, nothing extra. And here, then we have this taqeed. Then we have here the restrictions. We have quyud in the sentences. So we can say that here a sentence is absolutely mutlaq. There is itlaq if it contains only its subject, that is musnad ilay, and the musnad and musnad, allowing broad, we can say, the interpretation. So when additional elements are added, it becomes restricted and it becomes muqayyid, and that is making the meaning clearer and more precise. So restrictions just enhance the accuracy and can be also avoided. They are used to avoid misleading meanings as well, and they are achieved through, we can say, the modifiers. Also, we know that they are tawabe, they, like you can say, they are mawsuf sifa, they are emphasis tools, they are grammatical, you can say, operators like inna, anna, conditional sentences, negative words, or we have these mafools, like we learn about the mafail khamsa. So these are all like hal and anything. So these are all refinements, or you can say that add depth and precision to the speech. So here takeed can be, or you can say these restrictions can be occur by including any one of the following factors. And alhamdulillah, we have been learning about them in ilm nahu as well, and we know that these are all in Ilm al-Balagha, they are called Quyud. So when we have al-Itlaq or Taqeed, so these are all, you can say, the Arabic terms that are used for the you can say all these you can say the extra that are other than mubtada or khabar, or they are other than musnad ilay in the sentences. So they can be adwat al-shart, they can be adwat al-nafi, they can be nawasikh, there are mafa'il, they are hal, tamyiz, tawabi, all the things that they are kuyut, they create restriction. And that means uh, here we have this taqid when any jumla uh, has other than musnad and musnad ilay, there are other things that can be related to both of them, that can be related to musnad, that can be related with musnad ilay. So this is a brief introduction to al-itlaq wa taqid. So alhamdulillah, uh, with that, we have now completed our study of Al-Ma'ani in Balagha. Uh, and Alhamdulillah, throughout this journey, we explored how sentence structures influence meaning, how word order uh, affects emphasis, and how additions and omissions like zikr wa hasf impact the clarity. We also learn about the taqdeem wa ta'khir, the precedence and the delays, ijaz wa itnab, the conciseness and the elaboration. And we learn about the fasl wa wasl, that is the joining and the separation. Also, we learn about the itlaq wa taqid here, as we in this lesson, the generality and the restriction with the additions of the quyud that we have already learned in ilm nahu. And so these principles, these all rules help us appreciate the deep wisdom behind the Quranic expressions and enhance our own speech and the writing technique. So now, inshallah, we'll move on to ilm bayan from the next sessions. Another important branch of balagha, while ilm maani focused on the sentence structures, the meaning, Ilm al-Bayan deals with the clarity and just imaginary in the expressions. And this is again a very beautiful ilm of Ilm al-Balagha. It teaches us how to convey meanings in different ways, like using the tashbih, like similes, the majaz, the metaphors, the figurative speech, and kinaya, like, and so many other expressions. So this knowledge allows us to understand how words just can be painted, like paint vivid images, add beauty to speech, and create deep emotional and intellectual impact. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us beneficial knowledge and make our study of balagha means to better understand the Quran and refine our communication. Alhamdulillah and inshallah. So, with that, inshallah, we are going to begin Ilmul Ma'ani with excitement and enthusiasm, inshallah. So, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, this was the last session on Ilmul Ma'ani. I'll see you in the next session. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.